What's up, everybody? It's Austin J, or hallucinodream here, if you know me from the gaming community, and Christina is also here joining me. You are about to listen to our podcast on balancing summer activities with your health and wellness. And I do apologize for the first 2.5 minutes. We have a fan running that might be, making it sound a little goofy in the background. I did turn it off after that. I announced it in the episode, but I wanted to apologize first when you first start listening to the episode that there is a fan running in the background. Thank you for understanding and enjoy the episode.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to Game On Improve Your Health podcasts, hosted by...
Tonight's episode journey is being guided by none other than your host, Austin J, or hallucinodream, if you know him from the gaming community, and his lovely wife, Christina, or Christina, if you know her from the gaming community. We're working on her alias. I think we got one. And tonight's podcast episode is on... Are you going to take over? I think you're going to take over.
Okay. Is on how... on tips on how to balance summer fun and activities with
health and wellness.
Your health and wellness routine.
Enjoy tonight's episode. Good combo.
Yeah,
it only took a whole minute. A minute introduction. That's not bad.
No.
So tonight's episode is going to be on balancing your summer fun activities with your health and wellness activities, because summer's coming up. It's not coming up. It is summer. It is summer. So that's why we chose this. And we're at the, we've been banished to a beach location, which is great. So, I mean, it's summer all the time here, and it's beach days. So we thought it'd be a good idea to go over some ways to, maybe help people, balance both.
It's easy for us because we have no friends and we really have no life here. So it
makes it a lot easier,
Yeah, it really makes it a lot easier. But for me, I definitely struggle when I have either friends in the area or just, things to do, because I want to, there's nothing I love more than sitting outside drinking a margarita in the summer. And so, very quickly drinking can derail my health and fitness journey. So I figured it would be a nice topic to touch on. Obviously there's more than just alcohol that goes into it, but it's a good topic to chat about, since it's getting into the peak of summer. 4th of July is coming. And parties, things like that. So
absolutely. I want to go ahead and apologize. I'm actually going to put an excerpt at the beginning of this video and apologize for the fan that I just had running for the first 2.5 minutes of the video. I meant to turn that off beforehand. We are on a non-conditioned 3rd floor, so it does get hot up here. That's why the fan is on. And I meant to turn it off before we started, but I didn't. So I apologize for the fan blowing in the background. I did just turn it off. Everything should be much more quiet, besides for the cars, the birds, the planes, the beach, and the excess wind that blows through the 3rd floor. So with that being said, yes, what Christina said, that's what we're going to go over. So I don't have as much difficulty. This is basically just going to be a chit-chat, right? So we're going to go over what we do and how we balance. But I don't really have as much of a problem with that per se, besides for the excess cake that's everywhere. I fully enjoy my desserts, my chocolate desserts, but
ice cream, man, it's the summer weakness.
Ice cream's good to an extent. I can only handle so much, but it's easier for me because I don't drink. This year is my 2nd year alcohol free, and that actually makes it much easier already. So besides for the my weakness is the desserts, like I said. So so we'll start with Christina, and we'll see what she has to say.
Yeah, well, I mean, for me, I just always remember, and we had gotten to a point in our fitness journey a couple years ago. Obviously, I was pregnant for most of 2019 and a small portion of 2020. And so, obviously, I wasn't drinking, so it was easier.
That does help.
Yeah. And then, 2020 summer was not quite the norm, and again, we had a new baby, so it was easy really for me not to drink. But a lot of
Disclaimer: she's not saying have a baby to keep
yeah,
yourself
yeah,
in.
don't,
Yeah,
just
you don't
get
have
pregnant.
to take that route.
Yeah, just get pregnant.
Nothing wrong with
and
having
you'll be-
babies, but you don't have to.
You'll be fine. So, but, we hit a point in our fitness journey a couple years ago where we, were just still going out, like, on the weekends. And then, like, on a Friday night, right? Like, we would go drink, eat, like, crap. Like, we would eat, like, wings, burgers, like, just eat really heavy stuff. And, again, not that these things are bad in moderation. It's just, like, then we would go to work out on a Saturday or a Sunday, and we would just feel like garbage, or so we used to do spin class every Sunday, and like there was this one time I like literally remember I was like, is somebody drinking Bud Light Lime, or is that just my sweat? Like, and so it just was like, I was like, I think it's just me. And, it does, whether really you like it or not, alcohol is one of the biggest factors in really derailing your fitness and your health journey. I eat terrible when I drink. I sleep terrible when I drink. Oh my gosh, I don't remember always being like this, but now that I'm in my mid-20s, man, if even after like one or two drinks, I sleep like crap.
She says now that I'm in my mid-20s, like she's some
I
really
know,
old
like
person.
now I'm old. And he's past his mid-20s, if anybody's wondering.
I'm still like 22.
Yeah. But yeah, so how do we balance that? So, one of the biggest ways that we would try to do it is like make sure you work out before you, like, so if you know that you have plans on Friday and Saturday and you know that you're not going to want to, like, you're not going to want to work out, like, do not plan your big run. So like if you do a long run every weekend, don't plan your long run on the Saturday after you're going out to a party. So just be really mindful about like what you're planning. So like keep a calendar. So okay, like this is my schedule, and I know, and I think we touched on this in one of our other episodes, but it's so easy to forget and to not keep that in mind when it's summer. It's fun, people are just maybe randomly going out or doing something, and now that everything's starting to open back up, it has been for about at least a month or so in most states. So you're starting to get a little bit more relaxed. So it's really a good time to like refocus and remember, how does going out, hanging out with my friends fit into my routine, right? And so again, like having a beer or burgers or wings or that chocolate cake or ice cream, it's not bad. It's just, you just have to do it in moderation, and you have to really kind of fit it into your schedule.
Yeah, back when I was, we'll just backtrack to when I was still drinking and everything. When I got into my health and wellness routine, it was always priority. So I knew I was going to go out, even if I knew I was going to go out, or if I was on vacation or wherever I may have been, which is, what people do in the summer. They go on vacation, go to the beach, whatever. I would make sure that the routine is still in place. So I always had this. Now, the way I did it was I went to the gym 5 different times. I ran 5 times, we'll say average, a week. Doesn't matter what day those landed on. I rearranged my weeks if something were to come up, right? So if I knew I was going to go out, or if we were planning on going out on a Friday, I would just not use Friday, me personally, and I would, we actually got into a routine where we woke up early and I was going to the gym before work. I would make sure that I for certain got up early that day and went for the gym, and then I just wouldn't go for a run, and I would use Sunday as my long run, right? Because there's just the commute that I had back and forth from work really restricted my time after work between that and being able to go out I mean, it just really wasn't that much time, so I decided to give up the night, right, so that I could have fun, go out, do whatever it was. And, play Saturday by ear in regards to working out. Usually I could get the workout in later after I felt better, depending on how much I drank. But I would really make sure that I did what I needed to do on Sunday instead. And one other thing that I would say people really should do, and people might not do, is if you, let's say you go out on a Friday, you drink a little too much, more than you expected, and you don't feel very, very well on Saturday, right? You're hungover or whatever it may be. Make sure you get some walks in at least. Get up and move around. Get some walks. You don't have to work out. You don't have to run. You don't have to do all that. But make sure you walk. That will make you feel better. You'll start, sweating out. That's what they say. You'll sweat out the alcohol, and it really does help. I mean, it just gets you moving, gets your body back to moving, and all the bodily functions. Getting back to proper form, we'll say. And
just staying hydrated.
Yeah, make sure you want to stay hydrated if you really stay hydrated, and nobody really thinks about it while you're out drinking, but if you drink waters in between, and you don't have to do it in between every single drink, but you'd be surprised the fact that you still feel the effects of the alcohol, right? And you'll still enjoy it, but you won't feel as hungover the following day. You won't feel as bad. It's I mean, that's not just a cliche. It's not just something people say just because they want to say it. That actually is, I don't know if it's scientifically backed up, but it is anecdotally by many people. There probably is some research behind it actually, but that actually does work. It actually does help. So routine is very important, and just like change your routine up. It's really not too difficult if you have there's 7 days in a week, and if I want to run 5 or work out 5, I mean I have 2 days to play with, right? So.
Yep. Well, and again, not everybody drinks, but everybody eats. Most everybody.
Same goes. Yeah, I would say the same goes with. There's definitely times where, and that still happens. So we still eat. We eat some fried food and stuff. We go out and we eat some wings. We eat Chinese food and stuff. And depending on the time that we eat that, sometimes in the morning I absolutely don't feel like getting up and doing a run, right? Yeah. Because maybe my stomach hurts or I just feel groggy because of the food that I ate the night before. And this is happening now, and we're still in summertime, right? So. Yeah. I will just, even though I don't drink, I still feel the effects of the food. That's a big thing for me. And I will just, eat in the morning, try to get everything back into normal shape, try to get my gut regulated, wake up a little bit. And then, we'll go for walks. That's the first thing we do in the morning is we go for walks. And then I'll try to, basically get myself ready in preparation for a run. Instead of doing it in the morning, I'll try to do a run in the afternoon. Yep. Today is actually a day not food related. I don't know why, but I woke up late. I was going to run in the morning, but I didn't. Now I'm going to have to run in the afternoon, which isn't a problem. So I just rearranged the day a little bit, right? Because I slept in. Yep.
So. Yeah. And again, everything's all about balance. And so, again, if you know that you're going to eat, if you know that you're going to go out to a bar and eat bar food, then earlier that day, try to eat a little better, right? So think about okay, so and not even just that day, but just all week, save up, hey, don't order that pizza on a Tuesday night because you're going to be eating pizza, wings, or a burger or something. If you haven't noticed, wings and burgers are one of our favorite go-to meals.
Yeah, it's our go-to when we go out.
But so if you know that you're going to be eating those things, then just try not to eat them during the week.
Yeah, that's another big thing is balancing the nutrition. So. Just like she said, I mean, it is important. You just have to be aware of that. So we were going to, one example is we were going to go out. We had breakfast scheduled for this morning, and we were going to go out yesterday and get some, but decided that let's just make some breakfast at home because we're going to go out and get breakfast today, right? So we don't necessarily need to. Not only that, I mean, generally it's a healthier alternative to do it, eat at home. You probably more than likely going to eat less when you eat at home, right? Because the amount of food, you might just feel obligated to finish the plate. I do. So, it'll save some money.
True.
One thing that I definitely want to say, I want to stress again, is to stay hydrated in the summer. If you are, one of those people who go to the beach often and stuff, and there's a lot of people who go to the beach. It doesn't matter where it is, right? Summer's hot, okay? And if you're drinking, that's already increasing. So the summertime, it being hot outside, the sun's already raising your body temperature. Drinking is going to raise your body temperature even more, right? So you're going to sweat out. You're going to sweat a bunch, lose all those electrolytes, all those, I've drawn a blank. You're going to lose a bunch of
nutrients.
Yeah, nutrients. And
I don't know what word you were looking for.
I was looking for something, but anyways, you're going to be sweating out a bunch of, needed nutrients. So you want to definitely stay hydrated. So you need to really focus on hydration, too. That's another thing, too, that will help regulate your health just in general. And even if you're on a weight loss journey, people might not even understand the fact that drinking water really does actually help with your metabolism and help regulate everything in your body. Body temperature does help regulate and help with your fitness and burning of those calories, right?
Yep.
So you want to stay hydrated, especially in the summer, and you don't want to get like a heat stroke or anything, especially from drinking. That's going to set you back severely. So it's just not worth not staying hydrated. Now, you don't have to drink gallons of water, but just be conscious of what you're drinking. And sometimes you can drink like the sport drinks and stuff, but don't hydrate with like soda or something or super sugary drinks. That's kind of going to have a negative effect.
Yeah, definitely. What else?
I don't know.
I think those are all good tips, don't you think?
I think they're pretty
solid.
Pretty solid, moderate tips.
Yeah.
If anybody has any questions, we're just gonna end the podcast there. This episode, it's gonna be a short and sweet episode.
Yeah.
If anybody has any questions on anything we said, or if anybody has any tips that they like to use, by all means, submit those on any of our platforms. If you're watching here on Twitch and YouTube, you can see on the left all of our links. You can submit those questions or the tips there. If you're listening on the podcast platform, all of the links will be in the description. You can submit it all there. And we would love to, answer the questions or, spread the
share
tips.
Some of your
share the
tips on our next episode,
on our
which is
follow-up
going
episode.
to be...
I didn't check the date, but typical. It's going to be June 23rd at 9 p.m. Eastern.
Yeah.
So June 23rd, Wednesday, 9 p.m. Eastern, live on Twitch and YouTube. We might be able to be live next weekend, so we'll let you know. Next week, sorry. So we'll let you know. But yeah, put some of those tips into use. Let us know how they go, and we hope to see all of you guys next week.
Bye.